jealous. Are we ready? I think we're ready. We've been cut off. Forward we go. We've been spotted, which is understandable. But what other scenario could you get that's like this? Battlefield 5. Some would call it the first moment where the franchise started to go downhill after a huge success in the 2016 World War I epic. When they went into the Second World War in 2018, it seemed like Battlefield was just not there anymore. But what happened? Why is this game still beloved? How did it come back round? I genuinely think Battlefield 5 might be the most underrated game in the last decade. It actually seems it's pretty easy to get into a game now. This did not take long whatsoever. But fair enough. This is the Tides of War event Mercury. I've actually not played any of the Tides of War events in Battlefield 5. I've just jumped in and out, but I'm excited to see how this goes. So, seeing as the game has been out for quite some time now, one of the older Battlefield games in terms of the modern run, it definitely still is probably the best looking game I have ever seen. Even better than Battlefield 1, probably even better than something like a Star Wars Battlefront 3, which famously is gorgeous. Battlefield 5 still takes the cake, and I think a lot of it is down to some of this map design for anybody that goes close to him. Hello, lads. Oh god, he just saved that tank there from certain death. The planes flying overhead, it is terrifying, but I goddamn love it. Look at these things. I'm surprised that I haven't been picked off yet, because I'm in a terrible goddamn position. Yeah, I'm going to stick with you, mate. I'm going to stick with you. Oh, hello. I'll pop up in a sec. The Pacific update came in a little bit later in Battlefield 5, yet I think it was one of the things that kind of saved the game in a big way. It really wasn't as popular as it should have been, especially before this thing came out. But adding in these new maps, the new weapons, especially like the plunger landmine, which you'll probably see on screen right now, goddamn is it fun to play with. I feel like I'm being immersed in PTSD, which, you know, is debatable whether it's a good thing or not. Battlefield 5's player count is unlike anything I've seen before. When it released on Steam in 2020, we had about 5,000 concurrent players. Yeah, people were not happy. But as updates came out, it peaked. We went up to 86,000. Surely it couldn't get any more than that. Well, in November of this year, yes, this year, less than a month ago, we hit our peak of 114,000 players. Why? Well, because they put it on Steam sale for $4. The whole Battlefield franchise took a massive risk. All their games came down in the autumn sale, or, like 2042, they made them free. And because of that, the games have been a blast. There's been so many people running around, plunger mining each other. Almost a 60,000 concurrent player peak on Steam at the time that I'm writing this video. Unlike anything that we've seen before, a revival of a game that was once hated, but now seems to be beloved. Now, as someone that plays a ton of games like Postscriptum and Hell Let Loose, especially at the moment, Battlefield 5 wasn't really supposed to be a game that would catch my fancy. You see, yes, okay, the setting is very similar. It is a gorgeous setting. But the arcane nature means it is a different experience to be able to jump in and out. And as much as I love World War II, it's not very much World War II. Sliding around, running and gunning with some of the most fast-firing weapons of all time. Don't worry about me. I am on 2 health, completely blackbarred at this point in time. I see you, son. You'll poke your head out eventually, and I'll get you. Tank? Okay, I see. This autumn flash sale took the 2018 controversial title into a top 10 most concurrent players on Steam. A 24-hour peak of 34,000 to start with, yet then it got to its 100,000 max, and I think everybody's mind was changed on this title. Yet it wasn't just Battlefield 5. Battlefield 2042 got its resurgence as well, on the 9th of October, reaching 107,000 all-time peak. Okay, granted, 2042 is a newer title and also has been getting updates. It's been getting better and better over the years, and since it was very hated at the start, it's nice to see that people are starting to come around to it, and they made it free. That also helps a bit. You know, after playing a game like Hell Let Loose where they've completely broken things like the vaulting, it's so refreshing to come back into a Battlefield game where they know how to do it properly and everything actually works fine. Yeah. All right, bud, I got you. I got you.
Should be okay now.
That's why we've got medics. So it's someone that plays a lot of Hell Let Loose and a lot of medic in Hell Let Loose. I will try and do my best to not be your typical Battlefield medic. See if there's a guy still up there just in case.
Keep yourself healthy.
There you go, bud. Okay, a medic can't fix that.
Watch your heads!
There's more. There's more.
Just a moment.
I'm trying to do my best job as a medic, but this is not ideal.
Grenade out!
Can I fit through? I can. Come on, up you get. I don't care if I'm shot. I'm trying to do my best job here. Oh, there's someone else who needs help. Okay, there's men over here.
Objective Able is being taken by the enemy.
Thank you. Okay, we're starting to make some progress, but we're still losing this point. It's such a rough point. So jumping through these windows is so risky. All in all, I think this is a really good sign for the Battlefield franchise. Whilst they've had some sticky moments over the last few years, and I think that's almost a guarantee. Some people thought that DICE were done, but this proves that their games are still good. Even if they don't live up to the hype on launch, after some time people start to come round to them. Maybe that's because they're actually better, or maybe it's because at the moment there is no real replacement. Which leaves the question, can a Hell Let Loose ever get to that point? Can a squad ever fill in the Battlefield modern franchise? I don't know. They seem too niche at this point in time, but there seems to be nothing to take that title, that crown from Battlefield, from being the biggest FPS franchise on the market at the moment. And whatever they do next has to be something that is a success from the get-go, because I don't think they can carry on relying on their old titles forever. Well, it is a gorgeous game, and a game that I think deserves way more love than it ever got, because there is nothing like this. There is nothing like Battlefield 5.